Who's more clever, the ape on the right or the ape on the left? Yes, the ape on the right, and I will just show you why.
Barbecue season is upon us, and you're
An obese man is upon me.
about to face an army of people insisting that all war and disease would end if you just switched from hot dogs to tofu pop.
It's a bit expanded on what vegans are actually suggesting that will happen if you stop eating meat.
Stick around, and I'll tell you why Charles Darwin wants you to eat meat.
Wow, you actually met Charles Darwin? That's pretty cool. And he told you to eat meat? Wow.
Vegetarians love to tell you that human beings aren't intended to eat meat because our closest biological relatives are vegetarians. They are wrong.
No, you are wrong. Only a very select few vegans actually make that argument. The real reason is because it's backed up by tons of evidence. I'll just show you a clip.
All of the nutrients in animal-based diets, the protein in beef and the calcium in cheese and milk, are very much overrated. We really don't know how much protein we need. We do know that most American children and adults eat double or triple the amount of protein they really need, and it's not necessarily high quality protein, it's very fatty protein. We don't really know how much calcium children and adults need. We do know that in a country that has one of the highest dairy intakes in the world, we also have one of the highest incidences of osteoporosis. So we're not getting weak bones and fractures because of calcium deficiency. We're getting it because we have too much salt in our diets, too much protein, and we don't exercise enough. People want simple answers. They think that if you eat more cheese, you get more calcium and more protein. If you eat more cheese, you get more fat. As a matter of fact, we don't need to eat animal products to be healthy. Nobody is healthier because they eat cheese. Nobody is healthier because they eat beef.
I'll put a 59-minute video of why we're not supposed to eat meat in the link in the description of the video. Check it out.
Now, gorilla, they're as vegan as a San Francisco lesbian. They just talk about it less. But chimps, our closest biological relatives, periodically go into meat rages where they hunt down monkeys and eat tons of monkey meats.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The meat rages where they hunt down monkeys and eat tons of monkey meats. Where they hunt down monkeys, where they hunt down monkeys, where they hunt down monkeys.
You are a monkey. Why do they hunt down monkeys? It's because they have no other source of food whatsoever. It's a starvation technique. It's a way of survival. And also, why don't you just eat the monkeys then? Because that's the great source. That's what you're suggesting the evidence points towards. It doesn't suggest we eat cows or chickens or drink eggs. No, sorry, eat eggs or drink milk from another animal that's designed for another animal.
That's meat rages.
A lot of anthropologists
Anthropology, the academic study of humankind.
think chimps and humans were only able to develop our large brains because of the high density nutrition of all of that monkey meat.
Well, first of all, they think it. They don't have a conclusive proof that that's true of happening. It could be, but that's no reason to eat meat now. There's no reason to cause so much harm towards you, the planet, and your children if you feed them. Feed them meat. Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein, guess what? They were vegetarian. Isaac Newton was probably, they're pretty much vegans as well, and Isaac Newton was thought to be vegan.
Another argument for people eating meat are poop factories. The intestines of vegetarian animals are super long, so they can break down all the cellulose in plants. A cow's small intestine is 20 times the length of its body. Your intestines are only 8 times the length of your body, which means you don't have the hardware to process all.
I don't have the hardware to digest your stupidity. I can break down plants, but you know what I can't break down? Grass, and that's what cows have, and that's why I have such a big stomach.
Those leaves and twigs. Have you smelled a vegan fart?
Yep, I go around smelling vegan farts. That's the only thing I do in my life. That's the only thing I've ever done in my life. Only thing I ever will do. Now, I don't know about you guys, but what the hell is this guy coming from? I never heard of meat eater farts tasting or smelling nicer than vegan farts. It's always the other way around. In fact, many vegans even say that their farts smell a lot nicer after they become vegans, or their poos do. But some vegans have bad smelling farts, but that's because they're doing it wrong. That's because they're actually getting the formula wrong, which is possible.
There are animals with shorter intestines that only eat vegetables, like rabbits. That's because rabbits eat their poop to digest it a second time.
Once again, the grass problem, we don't eat our poo because we don't have intestines.
Veterinarians also like to point out that our teeth aren't built to pull meat off of a bone. That's what I'm saying. And they're right.
My teeth.
We're not nearly as good as a dog or a cat at getting meat. With our teeth. Turns out, figuring out how to get that meat is part of what made us human, because the first tools ever recorded were stone hand axes created to...
Stop right there. So first of all, it's a theory, and then it's a fact that they think of it. They think that they were designed to eat meat, and they drain the brains from that. Well, I'll put a video in the description, if I can find it, of someone debunking the fact that we ate meat when we came out of Africa and gained intelligence. It's because, the real reason is because we just had smaller intestines. Thinner
skin
and smaller.
and butcher animals. The meat gave us the nutrition to get big brains.
You may have big brains, but you definitely not know how to use your brain. Well, the argument falls apart when you say it gives us the nutrition. We got the nutrition from the wild. How can vegans survive if they don't get enough nutrition for their brain? Yeah, explain that. So they easily can. So that does not work.
In all of history, there was only one large-scale urbanized society without a major source of domesticated animal protein: the Aztecs.
Oh yes, the Aztecs, the ones that lived for a short time but made vast cities, very clever mechanics about the earth and about the sun, and then as soon as they start eating meat, as soon as they start eating any source of protein, they die out. Yeah, great argument. Fantastic.
Probably eat less meats. I certainly should.
Once again, you are wrong. We're supposed to eat no meat, and you should eat no meat. I think it's kind of annoying how you made the arguments throughout this that we have to have no vegetables, because many of your arguments pointed towards that, and we're only supposed to eat meat. Well then, if you eat less, like what you should do, actually you should eat none anyway, but what you said you should do, then what are you supposed to eat?
But the moral of the story is that Charles Darwin wants you to eat at least some meats. Good. And that vegans want you to eat your poop.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe, rate,